pastels before?
I haven't in years, but flavor them a little bit.
So oil pastels are ground pigment, and they're mixed with a slight amount of wax and softened, and then there's a small amount of oil added as well. But they never form a hard skin, so they have to be under glass. There are some fixatives. I really don't know much about them. We hung one yesterday at fair that didn't have glass. It looks like it had a fixative. It looked like it had a shine on it, but you're not supposed to use a varnish on it. So I don't know what she used for doing. Yeah, I don't know. This is the book that I had bought. I kind of became interested in how plants does bird's eyes, and he used to do them for St. John's School. He actually did one. Each class had chosen a bird, and he did an eye. And I had seen, he had shown me his set of pastels, and he has the full set of full lines. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And when Martin's had that big sale, I went and found some whole vines, and I went, oh, all right, they're $1 a piece. And
Yeah.
I went home with 15 and went back and got more, and went back and got more. So I have whole vines. I have some Senneliers and a few Carandache Neocolor 1, and those are considered the professional oil pastels, the artist grade. There's this other company called Orengi, and they're supposedly artist grade, but they aren't really recommended by, like, Dakota Art Pastels is the pastel company, quote unquote, and they don't carry Orengi. They're okay. They're, medium soft. The others, the Van Goghs are a student grade, but they're pretty creamy. These two sets, that one in front of Dawn I was given as a child, and that one I picked up at a yard sale.
Oh.
Yeah, the Sakuras are good. And the surface I like to work on is, I use watercolor paper that I've gessoed with black gesso. And I did some paper in front of Arlene there. It has two coats of black gesso. And one of the things that I like about it is that you can, if you don't like it, you can take a towel and wipe it almost clean. On the black paper. Well, it's because it's a sealed surface, I think. If you do it on, and this is an inexpensive pastel paper, it'll just smear. So you can, I did not bring any, but you can use a solvent like terpenoid with oil pastels, and you make a wash with it. I didn't want to make a mess. I think my first painting I did that with, and I used a printmaking paper, and it kind of made the paper a yellowy color. I used the natural terpenoid. And it was fine. But if you play with the different papers, I mean, you can get this to smudge, but this really smudges more easily. So I really like the ability to be able to move it.
You use that rather than to move it with terpenoid?
Yes. Yep.
You like that method better than the other method?
Yep. I don't use terpenoid. I just did that one painting with terpenoid, and
I use it a lot, but I don't use that natural terpenoid because it doesn't dissolve, but turpentine will.
turpentine will. I didn't use turpentine.
Turpentine
okay.
will be really good.
This wash. Yep. Okay. Well, maybe I need to try that.
No, I can't. Yeah.
I have color shapers. They're rubber tipped tools. They come in different shapes. A lot of times I will use those, like you can see the texture of the black through there. So if I need that to be solid, like if I'm doing the edge of a building, I will use it, just fill in that tooth. you know, when you're doing the sky, you can use your thumb. But if you're trying to get a hard edge, my other favorite tool for oil pastels is this flathead screwdriver. And so again, if I'm like trying to get a hard edge, I can scrape off some of the pastel, or if I'm trying to get back down to another color, you can use a razor blade also. I generally don't use one. If I want to take if I don't want to use the towel because it's so thick and broad, you know, I can go and scrape off. Like if I put a bunch of layers on and I don't like it, I can scrape it off and just wipe it on the towel. Which again, it doesn't really work with a regular paper, but you can use any surface for oil pastels. Paper, illustration board, matte board, canvas, metal. It's pretty adherent on its own, unlike the soft pastels that really need a big 2D surface. You can also use it in with oil paints or acrylics, watercolors, gouache, so you can use mixed media techniques with it. I brought 3 paintings that I'm working on. You can look at them after. One of them's, well, one's almost done, one's at the beginning, and one's in the middle. And the one that's almost done is on a watercolor canvas board. It started out as an acrylic, and it looked horrible. And I'm not very good with acrylics, so it's a painting that my neighbors liked, and they asked me if I would finish it, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess it's going to be an oil pastel now. So that's what it is.
She's taking the film, but I didn't see that.
So if you guys want to play with them, I brought peppers in a bowl. I don't know if you want to set a still life up or grab a pepper, or you want to draw out of your heads. Amy brought matte board to work on. Again, help yourself to the black gesso paper if you want to use that. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
Can you lay on this?
Yep.